time I hear the word entertainment, I laugh. My great-grandparents both immigrated from Denmark, and each of them homesteaded a quarter section, and they were both married at the time, and each had 4 kids, but their spouses died, so they got together, got married, had a half section, and had 4 more kids. So my grandfather was one of their kids, and my dad bought it from his uncle, and so we've just added on to that, and we're about 3,000 acres now. And that was a good-sized ranch growing up, and now it's just a small ranch. If you were going to go back into ranching and raising cattle full-time now, you would need more land, and you'd need to be able to run about 700 head of cattle to be economically viable.
Right.
And when I was growing up, we ran between 200 and 300 head. So
cool.
They decided they were going to put a fancy restaurant in North Platte, and when they built that bank, the upstairs was supposed to be a restaurant. I think they were open for about 30 days. The kitchen is in the basement, and they were elevatoring all the food up to the top, and they didn't have any staff, any training, or a chef, and it just cratered pretty hard. So I didn't even ever get to eat there. But I thought, well, that would have been great to have a rooftop restaurant. But this is the 3 margaritas, where our saying is that all problems can be solved in 3 margaritas. You go there and you just talk to all the guys that work there, and they eventually know somebody who can solve your problem. And it's amazing. Whether it's construction, you need a roofer, you need a bricklayer, it's just crazy. This is phase 2.
What's going to be in here?
Well, let's start with there, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
Here. Look at this. There's water in the tank. Morning, Vince. And my buddy John.
Morning.
Okay, well, I guess we can start with the kitchen. We had not done, but the one thing that probably not another one in Nebraska is a jacketed steam kettle to make all your own broths, soups, bases, au jus for the party tomorrow night. That'll be the real stuff. New stoves, grill. This is the same thing that Roost Chris uses for their steaks, the Montague Steakhouse broiler, fryers, cold station. There will be it's under counter refrigeration there, and then heat lamps coming in from there, and they will plate on top of that. Okay. So that is that. So then we come here. We're kind of doing this backwards. The piano will have a bar around it that everybody can sit around it. Those are little long, elongated fireplaces. They use suction to pull the whole the fire down. This is the bar. Yeah, it makes for a long way. There'll be a flame that whole length coming out of one gas, coming out of one little hole. This is the bar, so for a concrete footing. And then I'll show you out at the ranch all the pieces that come in, and it's it's concave and comes up like this. So it's all done out of wood, and then we'll coat it with concrete, and then a polished black river rock finish, and then a lighted. This is the dry aging room. There'll be shelving, etc. You'll be able to go in, be able to see your different cuts of meat, etc. And then the back half, there's a wall, and then kegs and wine there. This. All the white gets redone with hickory wood, and this whole piece here gets filled in with a glass storefront like windows. We have sliding door, slides open. You walk in, and the only thing you'll see on the CD that's right here is your feet. And in theory, you won't know why, and you'll be coming up here. You walk in, which this is one big door. All of this. You walk in, go to the hostess stand, and if you're wearing boots or work boots, you get a free drink. And if you have cow shit on them, you get 2 free drinks. So, there you go. Here we have our partner in the business, Josh, and the infamous Vince Kelly, who designed this lobster tank. It will be covered in powder-coated metal, and then we're letting local ranchers put their brand in it, and we'll cut the brands out, and they'll all be backlit. That's what happened. That is good. And then this is a big family booth, and we're going to put a stuck wall kind of across here. What we call a hazing wall, in sale barn rings where cattle come in one side, there's always a little hazing wall where the cowboys can step behind if the cows get nasty. So we're putting a little hazing wall here, and we'll go from there. But then we've got these black panels that kind of match these, but they're actually, if you feel them, they're the fabric from seats, upholstery in cars, and good sound absorption, etc. Dave personally built all of these light troughs that you see here, and so that will be uplighting, showing off the tin ceiling. Josh hand painted the whole damn ceiling, and then this wood wall was installed in the 80s, I believe, and we kept that, and that will have an uplighting trough along the below we have a showcase. And then right here in the middle, where we will have one giant chandelier. So,
Coming out of that hole.
yeah, probably. So it will be equally set. We'll make sure that's set. And then this all will get trimmed out in the same hickory wood that comes through. And this is black slate shingles that come down here. And that's how that will. What will the floor be? We'll have 2 chandeliers here, which they ship. Did you see that? I couldn't believe it.
Very ship.
Yeah. One here and one over the bar. Then,
What's the floor going to be? Carpet tile. Carpet tile.
So this, come in here. This side is going to be private dining and one big bar available as a venue. So originally that was a building, this was a building, and this originally in the was converted into like a tire and auto mechanic store in the 30s. And you can see those square holes there is where they would drive in, etc. So this was an alleyway, and at some point they decided to enclose it, and this piece here had a skylight in it, and they decided they would do that same skylight, but obviously didn't hold up very well. So that's what these dividing walls were. We were worried that this roof here was what was helping hold the actual roof. Instead, what the reality is all this stucco and lath plaster is hanging from the other roof, and it's actually causing stress on it. So we will be taking all of this out. So when we're done, there will be one pillar left in the whole place, and that will be right here. And I can show you what it's going to be like if you come all the way over here. Watch, this floor's uneven. You got big steps. So this is the actual space that we'll have throughout here, and none of these partitions. So all of this plaster and lath is gone, and starting from here, we will have hayloft style, like a mezzanine that comes out 10 to 12 feet, and we'll wrap around all the way around. We'll have tables and chairs up there, so you can lean against the rail and watch the band. If
So you must be putting huge beams up there to support the thing?
no, well, we've got to put one beam here and one beam on that other one.
Okay.
And then we will be actually filling in, because these are just 2x6s, we will be filling in with some TGI beams coming across.
Okay.
So not terrible, semi-doable. So the bar will be here. This area here will be the bar. We have a actual cellar down there that we're using for our wine. We're planning on offering around 300 to 400 different bottles at any given time. So Dan's got his work cut out for him, outfitting the cellar. And then this area right here will be the stage. And if we're having venue nights, say with entertainment, etc., we will have some movable partitions that you'll come from the restaurant through the partitions, like come through a corral, and then out into that area, rather than just dumping you out right next to the stage. Otherwise, we're going to have movable partitions that stack to be able to create different private dining rooms. And that's what this space will be. Depending upon whether the city lets us make a 12-inch land grab or not, and we can put some exterior posts, we are also looking very hard at doing an entire rooftop venue. So, but that depends on other things other than us. So.
What would the capacity of the venue for music be in total?
We're not sure on this side because we haven't seen the final plans, but this has got to be 300?
300, somewhere around there for the
Yeah.
entire building.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know how they calculate that.
because isn't it different
It's based off of square footage restrooms, and the other factor is we're grandfathered in without fire suppression right now.
Okay.
But if you add that roof,
Then
that's
we'll
when
have
we
to-
have to go sprinkle the entire building.
Yeah, one more fun thing.
Yep.
So here's the rest of the leather panels. So it's the guys from Beaverton Auto Upholstery that are coming out from Portland.
Okay, those are the guys that are coming in today.
Yep, they
Car
come in.
guys.
Yep.
Right.
Fly in tonight, go to Fort Morgan. Then this weekend they will. Dave is cutting the last of the panels to size, and then they will rewrap the panels to the appropriate size, and then we'll put them all up. So that is that.
Nice.
And then we are going to impossibly squeeze 2 kegs of wine and 1 keg of Coors Original in that little kegerator for this weekend. So, and they'll be here to do it. Should we head on to the other
Yeah.
curvature of the actual bar?
Modular bar.
Right.
Look at
Each
this.
of these sections, I'll let Dan explain.
Well, this is definitely one of the coolest bars I've ever seen in 35 years. It is all made, it's all custom, it's completely custom, and it's made to fit a very specific, irregularly shaped bar that was designed, and the folks at Perlick went ahead and cut it into bits and pieces and then put it back together, and this is what we've got.
I'm assuming the trailer's coming back down here to pick up more stuff today?
Yes.
Because we've got all the beer in the fridge now.
Yep.
Cool. Any idea what time that'll happen?
This afternoon, I believe.
Cool.